As we cruise through the ever-peaceful rivers of the Norfolk Broads, the striking silhouette of an 18th century windmill protruding from the ancient ruins of St Benet's Abbey rises above the reeds. Though what remains offers only a hint as to the Abbey's former dominance on the marshlands of the Broads. That and its reputation for unsettling hauntings birthed from its troubled past. So hop aboard and join me as we uncover the story of the Shrieking Monk of the Broads. Though the early origins of St Benet's Abbey are difficult to substantiate due to the sparsity of remaining records, it seems that the first chapel was built here around 870 by a hermit and dedicated to St Benedict. The hermit ultimately martyred at the hands of the invading Danes, and any trace of his chapel burnt to the ground. Towards the end of the 10th century, a new Christian community established itself on the land, and by 1022, King Canute had recognised the importance of the site and granted permission for the construction of a grand abbey, the likes of which not seen in Norfolk. And so the abbey and the community within grew. The wooden buildings, at great expense, were replaced with stone. The walls arose from the marsh and the community flourished. For many years St Benet's thrived. They built a fortress and you inevitably invite the siege. 1066 saw the Norman conquest of England, and the Grand Abbey of the Broads found itself a key target of William the Conqueror and his armies. And it's from these dark times of fear and desperation that the ghost story of St Benet's emerges. The monastery, unyielding, stood strong against the invaders, its walls unbroken for over 4 gruelling months of Norman attack. The monks, side by side with the proud townsfolk, resisted every assault with unshakable resolve. Though wearied by the siege and considering backing down, William and his army sent forth a single soldier under a white flag, a symbol of truce hiding sinister intentions. The soldier approached a solitary doorkeeper, in his palm a note, beckoning the man to the general's tent with solemn promises of safe passage. The monk's name was Brother Veritas. The message from the marauders was a simple one. If the monks would leave a single door ajar that night, the abbey would be taken, but no blood need be shed. But Brother Veritas wanted more than mercy. He asked if he alone left the door open, would the general name him abbot when the walls fell? Amused by such betrayal, the general agreed. Under the cover of darkness, the door was opened. At first light, the soldiers poured into the monastery, desecrating its silence. The friars stood helpless, unaware of the betrayal from within. To their surprise, Brother Veritas summoned before them all, draped with a rich cope over his shoulders. Upon his head an abbot's mitre was placed, in his hand the sacred crozier. But as the monks looked on in stunned disbelief, the ceremony turned grotesque. Without warning, the soldiers seized the new abbot. No hymns accompanied his procession, only the sound of marching feet on creaking wood. A rope was pulled tight around Brother Veritas's neck. The traitor paraded through the monastery, the tightening noose allowing only for a broken, tortured howl of mercy to leave his lips. From the lowest window of the bell tower, the very tower that had once called the faithful to prayer, he was hanged. Thus the once mighty abbey fell, and its betrayer now hanging silently at the mercy of the winds. The first and last abbot to be crowned from conquest. Legend here tells that on the anniversary of that harrowing night, the 25th of May, through the darkness, the abbey itself can be seen as it once stood, a spectral fortress. And that the scene itself of Brother Veritas's unceremonial execution plays out once more, to the horror of any unfortunate wherryman to pass these cursed ruins. Brother Veritas's blood-curdling screams ringing out through the Broads, silenced by his short fall from the tower. Before returning to nothing more than the ruined gatehouse we see today, the cross where the altar once stood, and sparse remnants of the once impenetrable stone walls. The windmill tower and abbey before it, enduring relics, testament to impermanence, though with centuries of stories to tell.